everybody, welcome to Hiking Misadventures. I haven't done a gear review in a while, so I decided to focus on that this week. Don't worry, I am not straying too far away from the road trip because this will definitely be an essential piece of hiking equipment that I will take with me on the trip, and it's actually my REI Flash 22 day pack. I have the older version, so this review is slightly geared towards the older version, but I'll give you some information on the updated version as well. Alright, so the REI Flash 22 is versatile, durable, and long hike or trips somewhere. This can day packs that you are going to. Alright, let's jump into the technical aspects of the pack. The pack is 22 liters, as I mentioned, and the dimensions are 18 by 10 by 18, and it weighs about 14.5 ounces, so a pretty light pack overall. And the pack is actually made out of nylon material throughout. One thing to keep in mind is that this is a unisex pack. So if you're looking for those women-specific features, you're not going to get those out of this pack. But I am a pretty short, petite person, and this pack sits pretty well on my back. So the advertised torso fit is between 16 to 19 inches, and the waist fit is between 26 to 42 inches. So all the adjustable straps actually gets the pack to sit pretty well on your back. Okay, so let's talk about the construction of this pack. It is a top access pack, and there's a drawstring to open and close the main compartment of the pack. The pack also has an inner sleeve for a water reservoir. I can fit a 3-liter bladder in here, and there is also a loop for the water tube to come through, and then it can either sit on the right or left side of your shoulder. The tube can sit on the right or left side of the shoulder. There are also 3 compartments, outer compartments in the pack. So there is the top zippered compartment, which is pretty small, and I usually keep really small items in here like my snacks, and also there is a key hook which I use. There's also a couple of other key hooks inside the main compartment, but I actually use this one so that I always know where my keys are, because that's one thing that you don't want to lose on a hike. And then on the sides, there are 2 mesh pockets. I can fit regular size water bottles, but also 32-ounce Nalgene bottles in here. And in fact, when I'm traveling, I actually usually stick my shoes on the sides, even sneakers, and they fit there perfectly well. These stretchy, comfortable straps. They're lightly padded, so it maximizes when you are moving around on your hike. But actually there isn't enough padding if you are carrying this as a travel pack. So if your pack is heavy, then it will dig in a little bit onto your shoulders. At least it does for me. There's also this padded mesh back, which is also supposed to be for your comfort, and it's REI actually advertises this feature as something that makes the pack breathable, but I've found that it actually makes the pack less breathable. In the summers, I'm usually pretty soaked on my back because the mesh and the foam combination doesn't really help the bag breathe very well. I want to talk a little bit about the durability of this pack. As I mentioned, I've had this pack for 4 years, and there's hardly any holes or scratches in the bag. There's a little bit of scuffing of the mesh pocket, which you expect to happen over time, but not a lot of damage there. The pack is designed with heavier material on the bottom of the pack and lighter material on the sides, which for a day pack can be a design flaw, because this pack doesn't just sit on the bottom like a normal pack would. Usually it kind of lays on its side. But it's actually ended up as a great feature for me, because when I'm doing a lot of rock scrambles, I tend to do a lot of butt scooting. And so the bottom of the pack is bearing the brunt of that. And as you can see, there aren't any scratches or holes on the back. I actually did a lot of butt scooting in the Mahoosuc Notch on the Appalachian Trail, and the pack came through perfectly fine. It's a little dirty, as you would expect a day pack to be, but other than that, there is very little wear and tear on the pack. There are some features that I like about this pack that are considered extra, including this daisy boot, which is a great place to store your outside gear equipment, like your hiking poles. Often, if I'm doing a rock scramble, I can collapse my poles and stick it in here, and it stays pretty stable. The other feature is that the sternum belt has a built-in whistle, so if you are one to carry a bear whistle, you probably don't need it, because this will work just as well. You can only get this pack at REI because it is the REI brand pack. And of course, it comes with REI's 100% guarantee, which means even if you try it out on the trail, you can return it up to a year. Pack is just under $55, brand new. The REI Flash 22 is actually one of my most reliable pieces of hiking equipment, and so despite the small comfort issues that I mentioned earlier, I still highly recommend this pack. And it sounds like the newer version actually has improved some of the comfort issues that I experienced with this one. So to me, it is a great bargain given the price and all the features that come with the pack.
If you like this video, please remember to hit subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook now at Hiking Misadventures. Also remember to sign up for my blog at hikingmisadventures.com.